Clarity Media. I'm back live today to read. Today's subject is whoa, that was a cool motorcycle turn twist thingy. I'm here in Negril, Jamaica. Hey, everybody. That's what you hear in the background. You hear Negril, Jamaica in the background. Okay, you also see this big old pillow in the background too because my seat is not comfortable. And I keep trying to adjust. I'm a little petite, 5'3". Hold on, I just lost my notes. We have a breeze in Jamaica at this time of the year. I'm learning, okay? This is a wonderful time of the year to be here because there's a little bit of a breeze. It's not too hot. The mosquitoes aren't everywhere, but mosquitoes are here. And want to talk about today. Okay, so let me read. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Alicia R. Mayo. I was born and raised in San Francisco, California, and I moved to Negril, Jamaica to live as a permanent resident about a year and 7 months ago. And some things are going on. Jamaica's been a really interesting place. A lot is going on. And I see it as village stuff. So when I look at everything as a whole that's happening in my life right now, I look at it on a very microscopic level. I feel like I'm the scientist, I'm the researcher, I'm collecting data on this social experiment phase of living here in Jamaica. Okay, so what I mean by that is, let me go back. Did I tell you that I'm the CEO and founder of Clarity Media? Clarity Media is a Black woman-owned nonprofit media organization that I created so that we could all tell our own personal stories, right? It's all about human stories and grassroots solutions, right? So in every story, there's always a villain and a good guy, and then there's the characters, the supporting characters, and maybe a main character, the lead roles, and all of that stuff. That's life. Life is a theater. But when the show is over, and everybody's, back in their comfort zones, okay, in their cozy little nest. And then real life begins. Real life begins. What does that look like? Are you willing to share the true you, the real you? Are you willing to share your personal story so that we can all learn to appreciate and respect each other? That's the foundation, that's the basis of Clarity Media and what Clarity Media is all about. Now, the spelling of Clarity Media is different. I spell it C-L-A-R-I, and then I put a hyphen in between that word, clary, which is a Latin word that defines a bright, famous girl. Clary, C-L-A-R-I, defines a bright, famous girl. Then I add the hyphen to separate her from the capital T, which is her technical side. I'm a broadcast engineer. I got roped into producing and creating content for television and radio first, and then television in San Francisco, or in the San Francisco Bay Area. And then they put me on the radio. They wanted me to be their news reporter. They wanted me to be their anchor, news anchor, for traffic reporting, for, television. But I have a facial deformity, and they used to kind of have talks behind closed doors about my face. Today, people have talks about my face, to my face, in a bar where I'm just sitting and having a beer. Because this is Jamaica, and that's what they do. If somebody doesn't like you, they're going to tell you about it, but they're going to tell you about it in patois. Or they're going to just tell you about it in whatever language they need to tell you about it. And it's very judgmental. It is very superficial. It's exterior stuff, and it has nothing to do with the person on the inside, right? And so that's part of this culture here in Negril, Jamaica, that I'm seeing, according to my own personal experiment and research, data that I'm collecting on people who do it, who they are, what their age range is, what their socioeconomic situations are. And again, Clarity Media is about human stories and grassroots solutions. I want to be a benefit to Jamaica in some way that really does help benefit Jamaica. Now, based on just this quick analysis, I can deduce and say that there needs to be more social groups. Because social groups are ways of informing and educating an audience, right? At the same time, you're educating, you're really informing this audience on agendas, whatever it is. And my agenda is to recognize the human being as they are, full transparency, and then coming up with solutions to whatever problems they have. Okay? My problem right now is my environmental, social stuff that's happening around me. The honeymoon is over. I have fun here in Negril, and I'm still having fun in Negril, definitely. How can you not have fun on 7 Mile Beach? How can you not have fun breathing in this luscious air? How can you not enjoy the differences in culture and language and attitudes and bar life? You know, I mean, even the way children are educated here and the way the children communicate with me. There are huge divides between the children here, their parents, their families, even in the United States. Same way. All of the variables that I've seen in the US are right here in Jamaica, no different. But problem solving, conflict resolution, all of those things are done differently here. They're done differently here and differently in the United States. We don't pick up and hit. We don't get violent and vicious with words in the US. We're thinkers, we are more retrospective, we have educated our nation in a way where we are against violence. But as human beings, you know, anger shows up. Emotions show up. And that's part of being human. It's a normal part of life to be angry, sad, mad, afraid. But there are degrees and there are ways of controlling all of that. Let me get my plane straight here, everybody. It's Alicia Mayo, CEO and founder of Clarity Media. Clarity Media is about human stories and grassroots solutions. Let's solve some problems that we have. I'm here living in Negril, Jamaica, because I couldn't afford to live in the United States, unfortunately. But things are about to turn around on that. I hope and pray on that, right? So I can take my ass back to the places that I love, to the places where I want to live. This is not permanent for me, right? Because I discovered that I have the freedom to move about the world the way I want to. I can go where I want to go, live where I want to live, say what I want to say, be who I want to be. Unafraid, unapologetic, and appreciated and respected and remembered. And hopefully, I will have taught someone some things about, being a full human being, with your highs and your lows, your tough times and your good times, the rich and the poor times. So, how am I adjusting to living in Jamaica? I'm adjusting because my grandparents gave me some real skills. My grandparents gave me some real skills. They came from the deep south, Jackson, Mississippi, to California in the 50s to work at the Naval Shipyard. So my grandfather was in the United States Navy. He served honorably, and after he left the Navy, went back home to Jackson, Mississippi to all of the racism, the lynchings, Jim Crow laws, the discrimination. He didn't want anybody to know that he had even served in the military because he could be hanged and, beaten and all of that stuff. So he had to escape the South with his wife and new baby girl, my mother, Linda McGee, Linda's daughter, Lisa. My mom is a superstar. She handed a lot of that down to me. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Daddy Levon, engineer. Grandpa Harrison Williams, engineer. All structural engineers, by the way. And I got that engineering right side brain from them. I'm proud of that. And my mom was a businesswoman in San Francisco, Union Square. She owned a full-service hair and nail salon. She specialized in skincare, makeup, nails, hair, just all of those things, right? San Francisco is a very theatrical city. Lots of characters, that's true. But I grew up in entertainment. I grew up on the stages. I grew up in theater. I grew up in the books, studying. I'm a nerd. I'm a hippie from kind of Haight-Ashbury, Fillmore, Bayview Hunters Point, advocate, activist, homegirl, can handle a gun if I need to, and not afraid to be who I am. Not afraid to walk into a country that I'm unfamiliar with, but I've done some research and data, and I'm not just going anywhere. I came to Jamaica specifically to be around African, European people, and that's who I found. That's who I am, and that's who I found. Now that I'm here, oh boy, okay, so I am a permanent resident. I did have to apply for that. I did have to pay for that as well. There are fees involved. Just know that. So don't show up in Jamaica thinking that you're just gonna come and stay, party, and play. And ladies, find a husband and all that stuff. I didn't come here for a man. I came here for land. I did not come for a man. I came for land. So to all of you Jamaican women, don't be afraid, okay? Don't be jealous. Don't get your panties all in a bunch like I had to tell somebody last night. All the competition and all of that. You throw a blow, I will throw one back. I'm not afraid. I'm gonna handle any threats the right way, okay? First, I'm gonna handle you personally, and I'm gonna give you what you give. And then I'm gonna handle you with the law. Now, put your hands on me, you're gonna have to deal with the law. Say what you need to say. Try to throw them hands and see what happens, okay? That's all I'm saying. It's reciprocal respect that you must use in Jamaica, right? And there's a way to do it in language without throwing hands, in conversations, in trying to understand each other, in problem solving, in critical thinking, analysis, in data collection, in social sit downs, conversations with people, right? That's how it has to be done here. Otherwise, you're going to continue to hit roadblocks. There will be divisions of class, and I see that clearly all over Jamaica. All over. And it is a point of contention, and it will always be a point of contention as long as there are class divisions here in Jamaica. I said that. I see it, and it's a problem. Now, some people think I come here on my high horse. Oh, you think you this, you think you that. I don't. I really don't. I don't think anything. I'm learning, I'm listening, I'm paying attention, I'm collecting data, and now I'm just sharing my thoughts and ideas. Correct me if I'm wrong. Drop your comments down below. Let me know. Speaking of comments, let's see if I can go to the comments. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. And YouTube is reminding me of that because of my title. Jamaica, the honeymoon is over. Jamaica, the honeymoon is over. I live here now as a permanent resident, and the honeymoon is over. Now, again, I didn't come here for a man. So there was never any romance and honeymoons and all of that, right? I came here to buy land. I did that. I bought my land. Remember, I'm an engineer. I have a right side brain. I told you that up front. So I'm going to keep things very logical, very practical, and I'm following a list of the things that I said I would do before I left the United States with my equity and my divorce settlement. Okay, so I had a list, and on my list was buy land, and I bought land. And I'm just steps away from my land. Now, at first I bought an acre of land here in Negril, Jamaica. And the real estate agent that I had was wonderful, Joycelyn. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to learn more from her. And I promised her that I would get my real estate license once I became a permanent resident. Well, I took the real estate exam with the Jamaican Real Estate Board just, because I knew I had 3 tries. I took the first exam just on a fluke, just to see how I'd score. I missed it by 5 points. Way to go. That's progress, right? That's moving in the right direction. That let me know that I was on the right track with that. Okay, but back to the land purchase. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm excited. And there are a lot of local Jamaicans that see this and hear this in me, but it brings up their own personal feelings of frustration with the system here for them. They're not able to do what I'm able to do over here. And it has nothing to do, we're coming, from 2 different places. And that's what I'm trying to help, my community and my friends here that I'm making in Jamaica. I'm trying to help them understand that we all start at different places in our lives. I am American. I'm an African American. Hi, Pee-wee. Hi. That's one of my American friends here in Jamaica. Pee-wee, how long you been here? Since 1977 from the U.S., okay? So I can get his story, share his story with you about the adjustment, because it is an adjustment. The adjustment takes time, right? Learning to adjust to life here.
No, I got to quit because I had barriers on both. The original, my mother wrote a song about it.
Oh, wow. So he would. Yeah, I'm learning. I'm getting adjusted. I'm telling my folks, So I'm working on the adjustment here, right? And so I stick out like a sore thumb. We all do. When we go somewhere and we stick out like a sore thumb, we have to adjust to the environment. You must, okay? And then do your thing. Show up as yourself. Show up who you are. Hello, Roxanne. How you doing, Roxanne? Show up as yourself. Do not change. I'm putting on my SAG-AFTRA pin just to let some folks know. Yes, I am available for work. Okay, but I am here in Jamaica, so you got to reach out to me. Drop your email or hit me up, leave me a message there about what you would like to do, and then I'll reach out to you later. But thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm Alicia Mayo, CEO and founder of Clarity Media. Clarity Media is all about human stories and grassroots solutions. Now, wherever we go in life, we're living a human story because we're human, okay? Wherever we decide to live, just know that when you get there, you're bringing your baggage from wherever you came from, and you're gonna have to like throw some shit away and buy some new shit, all right? You're gonna have to get rid of some of your own habits, your own ways, and you're gonna have to adapt and adopt, okay? Even more so if you decide you wanna date, ladies, single ladies, it's not easy. It's not easy here. I didn't come looking. I came to drop off some baggage. I'm trying to just have peace by myself, focus on the land purchase, focus on the survey of the land, focus on the valuation of the land, focus on the soil. Come on, give me some hearts, right? I know I look like like somebody that is wanting to date, but no, I don't need dates, honey. I got all the dates that I need. I'm getting dates online and I don't even have to go nowhere, okay? I don't need a date. I'm not the one that needs a date. And I'm 60 years old, honey. I don't need a date. Come on now. I didn't come here. Although the men here are beautiful and the women are even more beautiful in Jamaica. Yes. But land surveying. Hey, your severe lines. What's up with the severe lines moving constantly in Jamaica? Okay? I have watched my severe lines move, and that's why I haven't built yet. Because people are asking me, well, what are you doing? Are you building yet? Have you started building? One person even posted on Facebook, and that's when I shut Facebook down for a minute because, people love to talk when they have nothing else to do. Okay. So anyway, she posted, a lot of people come to Jamaica talking about what they're gonna do and never do it. Oh boy, oh boy. And that was a local Facebook page. Okay. So that in fact is true. I guess it can look like that for maybe a 2-year period or a 3-year, 4-year, 10-year period, depending on what you're doing with your land. Hello, with your land, you can do what you want to do with your land. And yes, here in Jamaica, under the crown, it's your land until it's not. It's your land until it's not. Now, when it's not, I don't know how that happens. It might happen if you don't have a title. It might not be your land if you cannot prove that you have the title to the land, okay? We can talk about that very soon because there's a lot of news going on right now here in Jamaica about titles, who owns what, captured land, how to keep it when you capture it, who, where, which parishes, and all of that, okay? That's a big, big deal here. I don't have time to trip off of what people are thinking about me and my relationship stuff. Okay? I'm working that out. But what I also am working out is the relationships that I have in the community. That's really important. Like I have a wonderful community of a mixed group of people, like permanent residents, temporary residents who come for the season, um, locals here with families in my community, and it's a wonderful community, and I want it to stay this way, and I have to learn to fit in. And so some changes I have to make some changes with how I have my friends over. You know, like I love to have my friends over, and I love to get into these great debates and these great conversations and this intense kind of communication back and forth kind of a thing. It's just my personality, but it's not good for this community because it's kind of like a tenement where the apartments are really close together. And so you have to be very, very quiet, you know. And so when I get into these talks and these debates, and the intensity of my conversations are so high that it doesn't make for good neighborly relations if you're going to be noisy. And so that's another reason why I need to hurry up and build and get on with it. My property is right next door, by the way. It's right next door. Let me go and take you for a quick little walk up on the roof so that you can see where my property is. I was saying to you, hold on, I'm going to lock my door. I was saying to you that I bought 1 acre at first, and I decided to give it up because this is a combo neighborhood. It's a combination of businesses and homes. I don't know, let me take now the phone is on a tripod, you guys, so I'm gonna try to hold you on the moving tripod and walk, make sure I have everything that I need at the same time and not trip over myself as I walk. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Alicia Mayo, CEO and founder of Clarity Media. I hope you guys are all doing well. Yesterday we were celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday and holiday, and here we are. Here we are on the other side of a revolution. Here we are on the other side of a revolution. And I'll say it one more time. Here we are on the other side of a revolution. You have to be a big thinker. You can't be afraid to be a big thinker, to do big things, to be brave, and to be courageous, and to go somewhere and be someone that nobody expects, that no one's ever seen before. You have to do things and be courageous sometimes, even as a woman in this world. And here I am, a 60-year-old woman doing something courageous here in Jamaica. All alone, okay? Trying to build a community, trying to have relationships, trying to build a home, trying to set myself free, trying to set my children free, trying to help my neighbors, trying not to be judged, trying to live a righteous and godly life. And you come upon obstacles, typically in the form of human beings. Typically in the form of human beings. But you see all this beauty around me? This is enough inspiration for me to continue to stay, to work hard, to not let anybody tell me that I do not belong here. Okay? This is what inspires me to stay. So I'm going to set you guys down now in a place. Oh, my nose is killing me because these glasses aren't my typical glasses. They just look better than my regular specs. So what's up, my people? Give me some hearts. Give me some hearts for moving to Jamaica all alone at 58. Well, that's when it started, and I officially moved here. I know my shot is crooked. Let me get it together. I officially moved here 1 year ago. 1 year and 6 months ago. Okay, so I'm on the rooftop of my tenement. Okay, according to Damien, I'm living in a tenement, which is right next door to my lot. My lot of land is right next door to my apartment. Now, he calls it a tenement. And from what I remember about tenements, tenements are, remember that song, Pass the Duty? You know, those little boys, those cute little boys from Jamaica, but they were living in London. I forget the name. Somebody dropped the name in the comments, but let me get a chair. Yes, you guys, I live in Jamaica. I moved here officially 1 year and 6 months ago. And I started the process. Sorry for the shot. Let me try and straighten it out a little bit. Okay. Oh, shoot. I want to get some of the water in the background for you guys. Hold on. Without compromising my tripod. Shoot. And it's kind of windy out here. See, I don't want to lose my equipment here, you know? You still can't see the water, I don't think. So the only other, no, that's too high. All right, so you guys, you work with your shots. Please work with your shots because it's really important to get a good shot when you're podcasting, okay? Or when you're going live, all right? Get a good shot and have great audio like your Rode microphones like the one I'm using right now. Shit, let me go back to where I was. It's getting hot as hell. Let's go to the garden. But before we go to the garden where I think I can get the water shot too, let's shoot the land, okay? I'm gonna switch the camera around and show you where my land is. Okay, so there is my lane. Okay, can I get some hearts for the lane? Can I get some hearts for the lane? It's called Lime Tree. Lime Tree Lane. Now, Lime Tree is kind of like, based on my time that I've been here, and I'm getting to know my community. And there's the water and the beautiful clouds. Look how beautiful this day is. Based on what I've seen, Lime Tree Lane was once a really rough lane where a lot of stuff happened right here at this intersection, right? But you know how it is when gentrification happens. Yeah, I guess I'm gentrifying, but who better than to gentrify an African British or African European community than another African European person. Only I'm one of them that ended up in the United States. Okay? My grandparents, my ancestors, my foreparents ended up in the United States. Okay? And so while we have a lot of similarities, we do have some real differences. Some real differences that I'm learning about. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Hold on, let me check my mic. Okay. Let me check my levels on my Rode microphone monitor. Yeah. Okay, so, but the one thing we have in common is that we love who we are as a people. We love our land. We honor and respect our ancestors. We are united, and we are very tribal. We are very territorial as well. And so when someone new comes into the community, you know, it's not always or immediately accepted like it once was back in the day, okay? This Lime Tree Lane, though, you know, has a reputation for not being the best place to be. And that's kind of like me. I have a reputation of being not so nice. I have a reputation here of being a certain kind of way, right? But I am very African and I am very European the same way. I'm very similar. Only a little different because I'm from the United States and I'm very bold and I'm not afraid. I'm courageous and I'm brave, and I will be that way to my death. And I'm not afraid of death, see? So when you're not afraid of death, you're not afraid of any man, then you feel free to go and move and buy you some land wherever you want to buy some land. You got to get there first, though. You got to get rid of your fear. You have to get rid of your fear of people and places. Now, personal experiences, yeah, I understand that. Short periods of time, yes, I understand that. Longer periods of time, long-term studies, long-term analysis, long-term research, long-term experimentation. You have to live somewhere in order to know if that's where you really want to live. You know. And by the time you get to my age, 60 years old, almost 61, and retired to where, you know, you can control how your life goes. You don't have to deal with, you know, you can decide what is good for you and what's not, right? So here it is, a year and 6 months, and the honeymoon is over. And, you know, I'm dealing with a lot of social hatred because of my way of dealing with my life. I'm very transparent. I'm very open about who I am because I'm not afraid to be me. I'm not afraid to be effed up. I'm not afraid to be wrong. I'm not afraid to be right. I'm not afraid to be vocal. I'm not afraid to make corrections. I'm not afraid to learn how to be a better person. I can look at myself in the mirror better than anybody else can look in the mirror for me. I noticed that Jamaicans love to tell people what to do and how to do it, as if they know. They've been on this island. I've been in the United States. I'm not saying that I know more. I've been over there doing what I do. Y'all been over here doing what you do. And the only thing that we can do is share information. Not preach, not tell, not demand, not fight, not disrespect, and expect. We can just learn to appreciate who we are as we are and look at our similarities. How about looking at the similarities? What do we have in common? What are the things we can build on? How can we move this Jamaican economy? It's going to take us, me and my knowledge, my money knowledge, you know, my contract negotiation skills, my project program management skills, my media skills, my marketing skills, my communication relationships skills. There are ways to do things. It's not going to be the same, but we can all disagree on a level that elevates us all. The sun is being covered up by the clouds a little bit now. Feels really nice. It breeze, perfect timing. That was a lot of heat. A lot of heat I was giving up just now, right? A lot of social, emotional stuff. Social, mental, you know, kind of behavioral. You know, that's a behavioral. I did study a lot of behavior and conflict resolution in college. And I see that there are deficits here, and I have deficits that I'm coming with from the United States as well. So I'm excited to learn as well as teach. I'm a teacher and a student. Have to be a teacher and a student if you want to live in another country and be of any good use to your community, to the people. You have to be outspoken. You know, my dear friend Damien, you know, yeah, as much as we we're weird because we are respectful and we care about each other as friends deeply. And we both want to win. We both want to get to better places in our lives. Win, when I say win, you know, win can mean anything, but to me, let's create a word. Let's create a word with the acronym WIN. Put something in the comments for you guys. Let me know you're there. Alicia Mayo, CEO and founder of Clarity Media. Thank you for joining me. I'm here in Negril, Jamaica. I moved here 1.5 years ago. As a permanent resident now, I'm seeing Jamaica in a whole new way. And no, the honeymoon is really not over because I am so in love with Jamaica. I am so in love with the people, and I am willing to let go of some of my old Black American ways, enough to learn some new Jamaican ways, and I hope that you Jamaicans hear me and recognize me in the streets, because when you see me in the streets, it's a whole different thing. And for those of you worried about me and how I move and what I say and what I talk about, that's because I'm transparent. I'm not afraid to be who I am. I'm not afraid to be flawed and fucked up. And if you're afraid of being flawed and fucked up, then you need to take off the wig. You need to uncover and stop faking the funk, stop being phony and false, and be who you are, too, Jamaicans. You know? Stop with the class stuff. Who's better than who? Ain't nobody better. We're all the same. And we are all African, and we are all European, and we are all Chinese, and we are all Spanish, and we are all one here in Jamaica, truly. And I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm learning. I am learning. Motorcyclist. Dropping somebody else. Yeah, I'm at a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful place. Wonderful place. Wonderful place. Anyway, so let's go take a walk into the garden. You know, it's, speaking of bikes, there's mine. Okay, so we're going into the garden. You know, there's a time and place for everything. Whew, that's a noisy motorcycle. All right? That's a noisy motorcycle. Beautiful garden, huh? Look how pretty Jamaica is. How pretty Jamaica is. Okay? So there's a time and place for everything. And and let me just talk a little bit about that. Right now, and I'm going to sit down on the swing. I think I have a view of this, me in the swing. Okay, check my levels. Okay, perfect, 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 perfect. But I'm still tilted, so let me, okay, there you go. All right, you guys, give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts or something. Okay, so I'm in the garden at a beautiful place to stay. Whenever there's room here, you know, you can come and rent a room and stay here in Negril, Jamaica at Kareem's Resort. Ask me, you know, later for the details. I got to take these socks off because it's getting warm. The neighbors are going off for their bicycle ride from Germany. They come and they stay and they enjoy their bikes. Oh gosh, beautiful. Her hair looks so pretty. She's got that natural platinum blonde. You guys, it's a trip to be here to see all of the races come together and then look at myself in the mirror and be like, you are looking Jamaican. Yes. You are looking Jamaican, girl. Let me go and get a chair because I think that, oh, better yet, better yet, better yet, better yet, I'm going to move the swing closer. And then I'll get more shade, okay? Now I need a drink. Ooh, perfect. Almost perfect. Yeah, because you guys can watch me swing. Okay, so, hi everybody. The honeymoon has ended here in Jamaica, I will say that. The honeymoon is over. The honeymoon is hella over. Yeah. The reality is setting in. And yeah, yeah, the reality is setting in. And yeah, people are having a hard time. I mentioned time and place for everything, right? How can I say it? I'm trying to find the right words to say, without offending anyone. Time and place. So I was in the United States, born and raised in the United States. And yes, come and join me. Have a seat and join me in this conversation. Um, and and because I was born in the United States, I I got a different level of understanding about the world. You know, and I was raised in a different way. I mean, very, very vocal. I'm very vocal. I'm very dramatic. Yeah, I guess I am a little dramatic. Very respectful of people. I was raised in a conservative family. I was raised to, cover myself up, dress appropriately. I was raised like that. I was raised to always respect your elders. I was raised to mind the children. Mind to the children. Okay? So much so that I raised my little brothers while my mom was off doing her young hot thing, running the streets up and down, worried about some man. That's the truth. I told y'all I'm transparent. I have nothing to hide. I'm not ashamed. Okay? And with me, I don't chase men, but men chase me. Oh, Lord, I got a problem. I got a problem. Now, that's a problem here in Jamaica.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Chucky. Hi.
You good?
I am good. I have to start having my meetings away from the apartment because, man, last night, me and Damien, anyway, yeah, I'm good.
Talking.
Yeah, because, I'm trying to help him work through a contract. And that contract is serious. I'm trying to show him, it's a construction contract. I'm starting to build my business.
Okay.
And, I think I better start holding some classes so I can teach the rest of these brothers how to build their businesses.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what it's about. But so I think I need like an office. I need an office. Yeah, I need an office space. Yeah. So if anybody out there has any office space that you want to just a little separate room, yeah, a little separate room where I can go and meet and talk just the business.
Wow. Yeah, come and look for you.
Oh, cool. Oh my goodness.
Respect.
Hello, manager. And your beautiful lady.
So you feel nice.
Sister.
Comfortable.
Let me take my glasses
Yeah,
off.
man. Take
I'm
your
good.
glasses off.
Nice to meet
Take
you.
your
Hi,
glasses
nice to meet you. Tell me your name.
Carrie.
Carrie, Alicia.
Nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
Here, Jamaica.
Oh, really? Oh, nice to meet you, sister. Oh, I hear it.
I grew up in Florida and
Yeah, but
Georgia.
you hear
I hear the
You
accent.
hear, that's why she
And I got
asked
all
you.
excited.
You hear, that's why
I've
she
been in
asked
town
you.
too, it.
I'm gonna
Only
sit here.
for
Guess what?
vacation.
You guys are on my live right now. I'm live streaming. They can
Okay.
only hear you right now. They can't see you. So don't worry about it. But I love that interaction. My audience can hear how we get down.
I'm
This
telling
is
you,
how
we
we
get
ground each other here,
Wonderful.
sister and brother. But not everybody,
No, real
is
people.
like this.
Yeah, man.
Right.
You know, it takes some adjustment, and that's what I
Yeah.
was telling my people, because everybody want to leave
Screen.
and move to different places. But when you do that,
Yeah.
you got to change,
Everything.
and then the people around you got to change. I love this bag.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Jamaicans
this
are
too.
so dressy,
What happened
classy.
what happened to who may I ask you again? How was the weed yesterday?
Oh.
That weed good.
It was
ganja. Let me
nice.
sit down, Paula.
Come on, let me. Now you on camera. You want to be on camera?
No,
I
I
don't
don't
want you to
wanna
be
be
on
on all
camera.
that
See, that's entertainment, folks.
Yeah.
You can't see him, but you can hear it. All right. You don't need to see him. Don't worry about it. Go around there. As long as you don't pass behind me, nobody will see you. That's my secret. See, I got it like that. You guys need to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click subscribe. Tap on the notifications bell so that you get notifications when I go live.
Full of vibes. Man.
Okay? So we're at it's called Clarity Media. Okay, and it's spelled CLARI hyphen capital T Media.
Yes.
And I spelled it that way because my business partner in the States, he's a Jewish man. He said, why don't you, because I wanted to call it Clarity Media. And he said, why don't you spell clarity different? I said, yeah, because I'm having a hard time getting the rights to the name because there are other clarity with the Y. He said, change the name, put the capital T, put a big T. So they say Clary T, because Clary in Latin means bright, famous girl. I said, what? And then the capital T, I'm an engineer.
Yep.
Yes, I do television and radio engineering behind the scenes. But they kept putting me in front of the
Mr.
camera.
Barry.
All of my bosses, they put me on the mic.
Huh?
You hear they call
Let me
each
ask you
other.
about this something there.
Okay,
Huh?
gone. Okay, so that's how Africans communicate. We talk in overlaps.
Okay.
We speak over, but we hear each other if we're listening, if we're paying attention. But sometimes you can't talk at the same time, right? So although it's an African thing, Jamaicans had to communicate amongst the Chinese, the Spanish,
everybody.
the Europeans, the Canadians, the Germans, and all of that. And so that's the beauty of being here in Jamaica, like I was telling you guys
Flexible.
earlier. It turns out that I'm in exactly where I need to be because I'm African, I'm British, I'm Irish, I'm Russian, I'm German, and I'm Basque, which is the Basque region is near Spain. Yeah, Senegalese, Nigerian, mostly Nigerian, Ghanaian. I'm fully freaking Jamaican. That is what's so unbelievable. And guess what my last name is? My daddy's last name is Williams.
Come on name.
Williams! For crying out loud.
Come on name.
Do some more research.
And you know what? That's exactly what I did. I went and had my ancestry DNA done, and it came up.
Maybe your great grandfather took a trip.
And you know what? Maybe somebody fell in love. How about that? I want my story. You know how they do those stories on TV with the guy Henry Louis Gates and Finding Your Roots, and they sit down and they tell you who your people are, and then they give you the family tree. All I want to hear is that all of my people were in love and having a good time. But I know they weren't because I'm living all of that love and that good time now.
I don't cut you. You have the Wi-Fi? Yeah.
Okay, let me send you Uh, let me send it to your phone because I have the picture of it. I can't stop my live.
Oh, you're doing your thing.
Asking for the internet connection because you know it's important.
Because you're doing your thing.
I'm gonna turn on my hotspot. I think you can try it, but if it slows me down, then I gotta shut you down. I'm sorry.
That's all
If,
right. Do your thing.
if it slows me down, hold on one second, you guys. Yeah, so you know what? I do the lives because people,
Action.
and then YouTube pays you. YouTube will pay you, right? So if they're gonna pay me to show how beautiful Jamaica is,
And you.
And you, when you leave out that part, you know, say you're beautiful.
see, but I have to
African
be because
princess.
listen, some people think that I think I'm super special because I'm an African American here.
You're special.
But if you don't have that self-confidence,
You're
You know?
special. You're special.
Right.
feels like
You're special.
You gotta
Sweetheart of
show.
America.
Oh, superstar.
Yeah.
See, Jamaican people just beautiful. She looks like a cousin.
Yeah, man.
You know, like we could be related.
Yeah, you know, related,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You guys still there? YouTube, I know how y'all love me. And YouTube loves long form.
Special, man.
Long
You're
form
special.
content. So, you know, parties and stuff that I want to give here and
Look what
events.
now.
Oh
She
my
going
God.
college to airline
Oh,
hostess.
beautiful. Okay, send me your,
What you do? Don't worry yourself. Do and do your program.
Okay.
Go and do your thing.
and then afterwards.
Yeah, do your thing.
Okay. Yeah, oh, yeah. Make sure you subscribe, people. Thank you. Because when you subscribe, YouTube then takes the subscribers' information and find out where you are. You in Jamaica, right? So then they connect my channel to more the algorithm. Come on, sister. Jamaican people are super intelligent. Don't get it twisted. Don't come over here acting a fool, trying to talk down to them like they don't have a level of intelligence that all Africans have. You understand me? All Africans have a level of understanding that is so high that nobody can detect it. They don't know what it is, and it doesn't move linear. You know, like in computers, it doesn't move from on to off. It moves like this. The level of intelligence in Africans is all over the place, and no one can follow it. No one knows what it is except us. So if you don't pay attention to time and place, and I'm talking about the past and the present. If you don't pay attention to time and place, you will be out of place. You will never know where you're going. In African tradition, they call it Sankofa. You must know where you've come from in order to know where you're going. You must know where you've come from in order to know where you're going and where you're at. In order to know where you're at, the level that your ancestors have reached, the fact that I'm even able to live here in Jamaica freely like this, to speak freely as a woman, as a single woman, to speak freely and have great friends and family, and I'm saying goodbye really quickly.
Oh, yeah, say goodbye.
Goodbye,
yeah, man,
manager.
one day we are going for a ride out.
Okay, we'll talk about that too. And you bring her too with me, please.
Friend.
Oh, the guy.
No, the girlfriend.
Oh, which one?
The one
Oh,
with long hair,
upstairs?
yeah, one
Oh,
time.
yeah, she's here.
Me not see
Oh.
her, she just not
Oh.
around. Yeah?
Oh, wait a minute, where is she? Oh, you know why? She's about to,
What?
she's about to bring up another scooter.
Yeah?
We'll talk though, because we're still
Yeah,
on
yeah,
camera.
yeah.
She's here though, she's here.
Respect, love, yeah.
Love you too. Thank you so much, manager. I'll see you later. My family, look at the handshake, see?
tough.
Like this, like that.
That's our list.
You see? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
Oh, see you later. Yes, Okay. All right, people, so you get adjusted, you fit in, you find your way, you respect other cultures where you go. Don't come over here talking down to people, saying things like, and let me give you some quotes. What you doing sneaking around here? Don't talk to people like that here. Because ain't nobody around here sneaking. Every Jamaican that I've seen, I mean, you know, every community has their little sticky fingers, you know, small time take some cash kind of thief. Because maybe, they need a meal or something like that and they're too proud to ask. But for the most part, you don't see people sneaking around. People do sneak around and you do have to watch people. I'm not saying that, but not every Jamaican or African or black person or brown person of color, not all of us are crooked. Not all of us are criminals. Not all of us are up to no good. And you come over here with your American attitude or your Canadian attitude or your English attitude or your whatever, treating and talking to people that way, that's a no-no. And I will be the first to let you know in a nice, respectful way. But you have disrespected and gotten out of order. Now, speaking of getting out of order and disrespecting, now some people might look at me and say that I'm disrespectful and out of order when it comes to certain things. Like what? How am I disrespectful and out of order? To my man, not if he understands what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, because he was disrespectful to me, and he has to also learn to be respectful. It's a two-way street, right? And I'm saying that generally speaking, male-female relationships, mother-daughter relationships, friend to friend, female to female, male to male friends, or, comrades or family members. Ain't nobody trying to hear from anybody else about, their lives and what they do and how to do it. We all have to learn in our own way. And like I told you earlier up on the roof, I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I'm not afraid I can face consequences of my mistakes. Okay? But can you face consequences of your mistakes when you talk too much? And when you have said the wrong thing or done the wrong thing? Jamaica. Let go of your pride. Wash out the hair color, take off the wigs, forget your money, forget your houses, and get to community. Because if you're not paying attention to what's happening around you, and I can talk about that, you're about to be swallowed up as a people. It's called divide and conquer and colonialize or take over. Okay? If you're not keeping up and you still operating on a low vibration, gossiping and talking about people instead of ideas and buying land and ways to start a business and ways to build community organizations, political organizations, so that you can be heard and solve your human stories and problems and conflict resolutions, policy, order, happiness, housing availability. The table is about to go. It's getting windy. That's one thing about the winds here in Jamaica. Oh my gosh, they really do pick up. So let me make sure I'm close enough to the phone so that it doesn't get damaged or ruined. Yeah, speaking of winds, I survived Hurricane Melissa. Thank God. I'm lucky. I survived Hurricane Melissa. And I'm now surviving the hurricane of the social nosiness with a whole lot of people that think they know how to handle my relationship better than me. Mom and them, all in the business all in the business, nothing else to do, go get somebody that wants to chase you, right? Go get somebody that wants to chase you, okay? Don't, yeah, I'm all right. I can handle my relationship. I'm 60 years old. Yeah, I know I'm in a different country, but I know how to navigate men. I know how to deal with men. I'm really good at it. Once upon a time, I was married for a good long time, and he still loves me, and I still love him. He is the father of my children. We are not in love. There's a difference. Follow the words. I know I speak fast, just like some of you here in Jamaica, you speak fast, Pastor. I don't always understand. But you'll pick up a few words, and then you might have the patience to sit down and have a conversation with me so that you can understand what's happening, you know, and who I am. That's another part of adjusting to living abroad. Now, I don't see a lot of this with the Exodus group, which I love, Stephanie Perry and the cutie from Mexico. I love y'all. Shout out to, is it Black Exodus? The travel advisory group. Great information. But my information is on a granular level, and it is more centered here in Jamaica, AKA Little Africa, I want to call it, because it feels very tribal. And part of my research is to understand communication processes, relationships, mental health, problem solving, you know, human stories and grassroots solutions. I mean, I really believe in advocating for mental health. And you can check out my other YouTube channel. It's called the Bay Area Mental Health Hour. Okay, I started it in the Bay Area of San Francisco, but now I've got to create a branch for Jamaica because I don't believe that we all need a therapist. I don't believe that we all need doctors. I don't believe that we all need medicine. I just believe that we all need to communicate and understand each other and ourselves better so that we can solve our own problems. For example, if you're not getting along with your man or your woman, Google. Ask Google some questions like, how do I get along better with my man or my woman? What are the things I need to say to my husband that makes him feel like the leader of the house? Or what do I say to my husband that makes him understand how I feel as a woman? Now, there's a time and place for that conversation. It might not be on your front veranda. You know? Holding business meetings about construction businesses that I'm trying to, start and all of that. I can't have those conversations on my veranda because they get loud and heated. And when the nuances happen throughout the conversation, the ups and downs, if the neighbors don't understand what's happening, it could very well sound like fighting or arguing. You know. So I have to have my meetings off-site. I need an office space. And if you're in Negril, Jamaica, and you have an office space for me that you can trade, maybe let's do a trade where I can help you with your marketing, with any community activities. And I'm doing this all as a volunteer. I would do that as like a trade, like I said, because I need office space, you need something. Let's work it out and let's create some levels so that we can all ascend and get to where we want to be. I really want to teach and educate, and I want to learn more. So I'm a student of life here in Jamaica. And yes, the honeymoon is over, and now the real tough studies begin. Chapter 1. Have I done my homework? I'm doing my homework. Literally, I'm doing my homework, learning the culture. I'm sorry if the swinging is bothering you. It's bothering me now. I'm learning the culture. I'm doing my homework. I'm making mistakes along the way, correcting my mistakes with the people that matter the most to me. With the people that matter the most to me. Not the ones gossiping or, not confronting me, not coming to me to talk. I don't have time for that. I don't gossip. I don't gossip. And when I want to share my ideas and feelings, that's what I do. Okay, and if you want to throw them hands, throw them hands and see where it gets you. I'm not going to fight you. That's what the police are for. And the Jamaican police, law enforcement, they are on their shit. They're not having any foolishness, okay? They're not having any foolishness. So elevate or not. You choose your future, Jamaica. Choose to elevate. Please choose to elevate. Take a deep breath. Count to 10. Conflict resolution means you have to talk. You have to confront. You have to be open. You have to be willing to listen. And you have to be willing to learn. It can be exhausting. It is definitely exhausting because Africans are so dramatic. Europeans, so dramatic. Chinese, so dramatic. Spanish, so dramatic. All of these combinations of people, lifestyles, combining Indian people, so dramatic and righteously so. Passionate people, serious people, fighting for our lives people, indigenous people fighting for our lives all over this world, all over this earth, as you know. Jamaica is no different. We are in a spiritual war. And everybody thinks they're right. Everybody thinks they have the answer. Everybody thinks they know what to do and how to do it. Stop overstepping boundaries. So, there's some tribal stuff happening, right? And as long as I'm not disrespecting your tribe, that's all that matters. And if I am, check me. And we can resolve problems, as a sophisticated and educated and loving, caring community, right? Of women, come on. That's what I'm talking about. A community of women. See what I'm dealing with? And they're all on the outside. And, it's been going on for an entire year and 6 months that I've been here. Women. My marriage lasted for over 23 years. I added the years that we were trying to separate and dissolve the divorce, even after the divorce was final, which took 5 years because we really didn't want to divorce. We tried to stay together. We dated for 6 years at first before we got engaged to be married. And then we got engaged, and then we were engaged for like a year and a half while we planned the wedding, bought our properties in the United States, and started combining our assets. We did everything right in my opinion, we built an empire together. And that's the way Jamaica needs to move. I want to see y'all build empires together. I'm not saying that you're not. I'm not saying that you're not. And I'm seeing empires being built around me. I see it here. And it makes me so excited. And I get hyper excited. And I have this level of energy that makes me look, kind of reckless and kind of foolish and kind of young and kind of stupid. Kind of like in the United States, they used to call them airheads. No, honey, I can see the future. My big mama could see the future. My auntie Evelyn could see the future. A lot of that was passed down to me. That's how I ended up here in Jamaica. I knew when to leave the United States. I fought for reparations in San Francisco because I knew we would get reparations in San Francisco. I knew to buy land in Jamaica.